Yo, what's up? Oh, yeah. Today's video is all about how you should never get angry with a woman. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This is your first time at my channel. Welcome. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right. Why you should never get angry with a woman. Okay, I see and hear so many situations of guys getting all emotional. I made that mistake. Like, I was married for 20 years before, ended up leaving the marriage, divorced now, single 2 years, and I am in such a happier place. I have learned a lot. I had to relearn how to date and how to be a better version of myself. I'm doing these videos to share my story, making myself vulnerable and telling details about some of the mistakes that I've made and things that I've learned along the way. And I want to share these things with you, and hopefully you can take some tips out of this and learn and not make the same mistakes I made. But listen, one of the mistakes I made in the past, even during when I was first single and when I was married, is getting emotional. Not angry, but of course, the more emotional you get, the higher the chance that you will get angry. And man, I am a huge advocate of stoicism, right? Stoicism, essentially, a monk. Not that you go off and spend the rest of your life on a mountain alone. No, no, no. I'm talking about your absolute control over your emotions and your emotional state. That is one of men's biggest weaknesses that women can't stand. So, one of men's biggest weaknesses is that men get emotional. And it's funny because women talk a lot about, oh, I want a man who's emotionally available. Oh, I want a man with emotional connection, blah, blah, blah. What they're looking for is different than what it actually means. So, as a guy, you need to separate yourself. Being emotional and empathetic is a weakness. And let me just explain this. So, the more control you have over your tongue, there's so many proverbs around this. There's so much wisdom around control of the tongue in the Bible, in all these other ancient writers that talk about this. That you need to bite your damn tongue like as much as you can. Just like, I think it's Spider-Man who said, with great power comes great responsibility, whatever. Well, as a man, we are strong, we are bigger and stronger than women, and they will get very easily threatened by us even raising our voice. Just our sheer presence in front of them, if we do just one little gesture, like moving towards them, using our hands in the wrong way, raising our voice, it scares women. And there's so many stories of men that I've seen, that I read about, where they start losing control over their emotions, and then the police are involved, they get arrested, they end up losing these relationships. And the thing is that, like, you have to control yourself for yourself, number one, and then for your relationships and dating, number two. And the more you exercise control, you bite your tongue, you speak calmly, you don't get upset, the more women will be drawn to you, and the more they will realize, wait, I can't get a reaction out of him. I can't recall the Twitch or YouTuber gamer dude. So I saw this video on YouTube. I'm going to start doing, by the way, reaction videos for you, and just seeing something for the first time and then reacting and pausing it and then making comments just so that you can see my perspective. So anyways, it's this video game dude, a younger guy in his 20s. I don't know why he was dating this OnlyFans woman, but anyways, so his girlfriend is an OnlyFans model, and he has his camera on, right? As because he's live streaming. Well, she comes into his room and starts egging him on. She's upset. I think she was cheating on him or something. So she interrupts his stream, and she's trying to get him upset. She's playing around with his stuff. She's belittling him. She's emasculating him. And this is all being recorded, right? So instead of him getting upset, I'll try to find the video and then I'll do a video on this. So instead of him getting upset, he just is calm. Eventually, he shows her out the door, and that's the end of that. And man, if I've ever been in any sketchy situations, it's when I've started to get emotional, and it just goes sideways so damn fast. So, man, I really, really stress to never get angry. You keep your calm, you stay calm, you don't raise your voice, you don't you don't bang anything, you don't slam brakes on cars. I've heard some YouTubers talking about, slamming brakes when the woman is on them and emasculating them, and they slam the brakes on the car and then tell them to get out. Like it's that kind of stuff that, man, don't do it. Like I just, you don't have to. You really don't have to. If someone just pisses you off and you don't like it, you ask them to leave. Like I remember one time, I'll just share this story. It was a one night stand situation. I met this woman at a bar. It was her birthday. And so we got talking, and I said, hey, do you want to join me for a drink afterwards? And she said, well, um, where are you staying? Because I hadn't actually moved to Atlanta yet. So she says, where are you staying? And so I said, oh, I'm staying at this hotel. And then she said, well, do you have any alcohol in your room? And we can have a nightcap at your place. And I'm like, okay. So, anyways, long story short, we end up having sex, and I get her off. And then she said, okay, well, I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm like, what? Uh, Hold on a second. Like, well, can you help me out? She's like, nope, nope, I'm ready for sleep. Okay. I said, well, hey, it won't take me very long, but like I'm really horny. Nope, nope, going to sleep. I was like, oh man, I no guys, I understand. My blood pressure just like, whoa. And I'm like, what? In my mind, I'm like freaking furious. So I said calmly, I said, look, this isn't working out for me. Clearly, you're playing games, and I'd like you to leave. She's like, what? I turned on the lights. I grabbed her clothes, put them on the bed, and I said, please get dressed. I'd like you to leave. That I don't like your attitude. And she starts getting dressed. She apologizes, and we end up having more sex. But I was willing to walk away from that situation. I was willing to basically kick her out. And so this is what I mean. I was calm. I didn't get angry. Another example is, if you haven't seen my video on my girlfriend is a covert narcissist, well, I caught her in a big lie. You can watch the video and all the details, but basically I caught her in a big lie, and it was so bad that basically, her sister, I only met her sister once. I get this text out of the blue, and she was supposed to come over to my house that weekend day. So she's canceled plans last minute before, and this time the new excuse came from her sister. She said they were both in the hospital because my girlfriend had an emotional breakdown and she was in the ER for treatment, blah, blah, blah. I didn't believe it. So I decided, you know what? I'm actually going to go to her house, and I'm going to knock on that door. I'm going to hide from a little peepee hole like this and see who answers the door. I never do this kind of stuff, but I wanted to catch her in the lie so I could be done with it and I could just put it all to rest. So who answers the door? It's her. She's with her sister, yet they were supposed to be at the ER. And so I just stayed calm. I looked at her and I said, this is very unfortunate that you have to go through all of this and lie to me. And this is the last time we're going to see each other or speak to each other. Pretty much that's it. Well, she just lights me up like a Christmas tree, man. She freaks out. She starts yelling. She's like, you motherfucker. That's it. I'm calling the cops. Can't believe you come to my house. You come to my door. Well, I knew where she lived because I dropped her off many times and I got her Ubers and all that stuff. So she is just freaking out. I stayed calm. And oh, she started calling me names too. She's like, "You just a little bitch, blah 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 blah, you motherfucker." Anyway, she just is going nuts. So I'm now just like, you know what? I'm gonna remove myself from the situation. I kept calm. I didn't entice not and I didn't entice her with any other words. I didn't say anything more. I just kept my calm. I walked away and left. And so, guys, do not get angry. Keep your calm, keep your composure. You can communicate with them and just say, look, I'm going to leave this space right now. If they follow you, let them follow you. Don't don't put a hand on these women ever. Don't raise your voice. Don't make any gestures that are threatening. Don't step in front of them like that. Don't do your hands or anything like that, man, because they will. Wow. And you never know if they're recording that, right? They could have a camera, they could have the voice memos on record, whatever, and man, it'll just ruin your damn life. So never get angry with a woman. Let me know in the comments how you deal with these things, and we'll see you next time.